What up, crew? So at this point we've read the story about Yayoi Kusama, and then there's also been the slideshow. So I hope you watch those first, and then here is where I show you how we're going to use those techniques and materials to create our trio of paintings. So you'll need at least 3 pieces of paper for your trio, and then if you want to go the extra mile, I made a little portrait of Yayoi Kusama as well for a bulletin board here at school. But here's my 3 pieces of paper. I'm going to show you all 3 techniques. I'm going to go kind of fast, so you'll pause and rewind as needed. And again, these techniques and some examples are also on the slideshows, so you can always go back to those as well to help you. So on the first piece of paper, we're going to use the watercolor. So I have watercolors, I have watercolor brushes, and then I have my water container. So to create rhythm and use color and think about infinity a little bit like Yayoi Kusama, but mostly that rhythm. Remember, it's the same shape but different sizes and different colors, so a variety but also the same in one. So she loved those dots, and we're going to work with dots and circles mainly, and you can overlap and you can use different sizes. And first, you always got to get your brush wet and wake up one color at a time. Let's say I'm starting with Rojo Red. So I could make some small circles, some medium circles, some large circles, so again, different sizes. Fill it in with nice smooth strokes, no bad hair days on the brush. You can also do circles without filling them in. You could do like rings, because those are circles. Circles and dots. And you can get red. If you want to switch colors, of course, you can rinse your brush. And I might use another primary color. I might go to yellow, and we'll see if I can even mix when I overlap. So if I overlap yellow into red, it'll make an orange. So always think about color mixing, color theory. You can get those intermediate colors, like if you wanted to get like a yellow-orange for like that macaroni cheese, I could go yellow, and then while it's still wet, rinse my brush, get a little orange. You always start with the primary, then you could add the secondary to get your intermediate. So there's like a yellow-orange. If I want to just do regular orange, I could do that next. So far I've used some warm colors. Now I could get into some cool colors, so rinse the brush, maybe I get some green, and if I overlap green and yellow, I might get yellow-green, which is that like lemon-lime intermediate color. I might put some green next to red because I know that they are complementary colors. So I'm thinking about that. Next to orange, I might want its complementary color. Do you know what it is? Azul blue. And again, different sizes, different shapes, maybe some overlap. If I get a little blue over the red, make a little violetta. And one more, once you continue filling your page, but then you can also get your brush loaded up with color, and then if you hold it at the end with one hand and then tappy tap tap near the brush, kind of on the metal part, you can get an infinity effect, just like Yayoi Kusama, with like splatter dots. And maybe I'll get some purple. I haven't used purple yet. So once you do fill your page with a bunch of different sizes and colors and some overlapping and maybe some rings, you can then use the splatter technique to kind of do like the infinity room effect, just like I showed you in the book and slideshow. So that's technique number 1, watercolor for the first of your trio. Put that off to the side to dry. Then I have some liquid tempera. You could have liquid tempera, you could have acrylics, you could have any kind of paint that you have. And on our next technique, we are going to be using lids, different size lids. Of course, you want to use lids that aren't currently being used on products that you're still eating or drinking from. So ask first before you grab these lids. The best thing to do is if something's already in the recycling, you could take the lid from there. So I have an old Play-Doh lid, an old milk jug lid, a foam ring, that's a circle, actually creates 2 circles. This random lid I found, and then an old like butter container, I think. So again, it was already gone and ready to recycle, and I snagged it up. So we are going to print with these lids, and did you notice that all these lids and shapes are circular? So just like Yayoi Kusama, we're focusing on those dots and creating rhythm. So I have like the primary colors plus white and black, and man, my black kind of ran there, but that's okay, it still works. And you're going to paint and experiment, and with printmaking you don't really know what it's going to look like till you lift it off, and that's what makes it so fun. So you can mix your colors on the lid, or you can mix it on your tray and paint it on. It's up to you. I might start with this larger shape, and I might start with turquoise. I'm painting it pretty thick on the lid because you don't want it to dry before you can print it. So I'm just going to start with regular turquoise. So I'm kind of tappy tap tap the paint real thick. And you know what? I might, for fun, just tap in some white as well and see if it mixes once I print it. So I'm going to just put some white on there. So see that? I put dots on my circular lid. And then you can just print it right on the paper. Push down with your muscles. If you want, you could do the twist a little bit, but you don't have to. And then when you lift it, you'll notice that it did mix a little bit, so there's lighter spots, and then a little bit of the white didn't mix. It almost looks like a highlight. Then you can do what's called a ghost print. So before I add any more paint or wipe it off to do a different color, on your paper somewhere you could push down again and do a ghost print. So it's just using whatever is left over on that lid, and it will be lighter, so kind of like a ghost. Ooh, I like that. And with the ghost prints, I like it too because it now adds texture to your rhythm print. So we're focusing on rhythm, but then we can also focus on color and texture. It's amazing. So now I could rinse that off or just switch lids. I might switch to this one, and now I might use a little red, and I'm gonna just paint the outside edge of this Play-Doh lid because it pops up. So I know if I painted the inside it wouldn't print because the outside edge would be in the way. So I'm going to just paint it red and see what happens here. I'll print that, and I might overlap a little over that ghost print. Just see. Print, and ooh, perfect ring. See that red circle? And I'll try a ghost print, and I'm going to crop it and go off the page, so you see it wasn't a perfect full circle, but it's still rhythm because it's a round shape. Now maybe I'll do a little mixture here. I might do like a little coral color. So a coral color could be like red and yellow to make orange. And then I could get that on there. So an orange, but then if I also add white to my red, that makes some pink. So some pink and orange makes a nice coral color. And I'll tap that on. It's almost like a sunset on my lid. And I'm going to print it right in the middle. How about that? Ooh, very nice, very nice. Ghost print. Ooh, great texture, but not a lot of color. But maybe I want to make an actual sunset. I'll have the sun there blending into some sky, and maybe I'll add some turquoise water underneath. So that could be a pretty cool, like an actual sunset print. I'll put it right over here in the corner. Ooh, I like that too. So color mixing and texture, rhythm, all that good stuff. Maybe I'll do the ring, just do one more quick because this is just too fun. Maybe I'll get a little red, blue, and white to make a lighter purple. A little more white. There we go. And I'll just make a lavender ring. Maybe I'll put it right here. Maybe I'll do a darker one. Right in the middle over here. So you can layer and overlap and crop off the page a little bit. But try to mix your colors, try to add some white for tints, maybe some black for really dark shades. You could just do black and white. You could do complementary colors, you name it. All right. Now, the third one in your trio, your last piece of paper, is going to be printmaking skills, but instead of using lids, you're going to use bubble wrap. So if you have any bubble wrap at your house, I have collected quite a large quantity of bubble wrap. So I have found thick bubble wrap and regular bubble wrap. So the regular bubble wrap is smaller than the thick bubble wrap, but you can see that this is going to have some great rhythm because I have larger circles and smaller circles, but they're both circles, so it creates rhythm. And the key here, you do not pop your bubble wrap, because if you don't have the puffy air-filled bumps, then it's just going to print flat and not circular. So you don't want to pop your bubble wrap. If you're at home and you want to have some extra to pop and make the sound, have some extra on hand. But you can't print with popped bubble wrap. You want to be very gentle and keep it filled with air. So when you're painting on your bubble wrap, you're going to have to be gentle. So I'm going to start with that purple color I just used because it's on my brush, and I'm just going to gently paint over some of that bubble wrap. And you're going to want it kind of thick, just like on the lids, because you don't want it to dry out too soon. I'm going to add some black next to it. Ooh, and the black mixing with some white, get some gray. And I'll print just like that and see what I get. Again, you're not really sure what you're going to get till you lift your print. So again, very gentle. Just tap, tap, tap without popping the bubble wrap. And voila, I get a nice rhythm print. It almost looks like tire tracks, and I get some good texture. I might go with the thick bubble wrap again. And you want a variety of some thick, some thin. So now I'm going to use some red, I think. So you could go into this with an idea of what colors you want to use and color schemes, like maybe just the primaries, or maybe black, white, and one other color, or all complementary, or all warm, or all cool. Or you can just go in random like I am right here. I'm just using my artistic intuition. I didn't have a big plan before I came. So either way is correct. There's no right or wrong way. So now I'm going to print some of the red. Ooh, I like how that looks so far. Now I'm going to switch over and use some of the thinner bubble wrap. And maybe now I am going to think red and its complementary color of green. So if I want green, I would mix some blue and yellow. And if I wanted it to be lighter, I could add some white as well. But again, I'm going to gently paint on pretty thick onto that bubble wrap. And of course you want to do it on the puffy side, the bumpy side. So the side with texture that pops up three-dimensional is what you want to use. I'm going to mix some white on there to make some lighter green in areas. That'll be some good value. And I'm going to overlap right next to the red. So those complementary colors are next to each other. Oof, I'm digging it. So you can fill your entire paper with these different prints, different colors, different rhythm, texture, color, value. You name it, you're going to get it. So you want to be gentle. The best thing is that the lids and bubble wrap, since they are plastic, they're easily washed. So I just scrub a dub-dub in the sink, and all these will come clean and I can reuse them. So reduce, reuse, recycle. Upcycle as well. If you're using the lids and bubble wrap, you can use that for your art making. So here's some other examples quick before I let you go and work on your own. Here is an example of a lid print that I did with all primary colors plus black and white. I really like that. That's one where I had a plan. This one I had a plan of complementary colors, so I wanted to do orange and blue, but then I just wanted to add some green and a little purple in there too, so you never know what you're going to get, like I told you. And then here's a finished watercolor example. So the first technique, here's a finished lid print where I just kind of let my artistic intuition guide me there. and then a bubble wrap finish. So lots of layering, and it almost looks like a spray painted mural or wall because there's texture and all the overlapping, and it's just so exciting. So Yayoi Kusama is one of my favorite artists, and it is so awesome because she can just use elements and principles of design to create her artworks. It doesn't have to represent something other than potentially rhythm, color, shape, space, and then her favorite word, infinity. So I hope you were able to learn. I hope you can review the slideshow and the story about Yayoi Kusama, and then you can always pause and rewind as needed to review these techniques for your trio of paintings. I can't wait to see what you come up with. You're going to rock it. Have fun, good luck, and show me what you got. Adios, amigos.